Hello everyone, or no one, and welcome to Delo Gaming. I'm a bad gamer, and I played Star Wars Outlaws, and I found this. I don't think this is a bad game to play, it just turns out after playing it, it's not a good game. So, Star Wars games, either really good or really bad. So let's see how Star Wars Outlaws comes out. Straight off the bat, I thought I was going to have two issues with the game. Number one is that the game turned out to be a stealth game, which I in general don't like. And that is one of the surprises you get when you go into games without any research. But I can manage one stealth game a year and let it be this one. But in all fairness, this is maybe the best stealth game I've ever played. Because in most cases you can run and hide again if you get caught. You can cancel the enemy's alarm, or you can just run away and reset them looking for you. Or you could just fight yourself out of the troubles. And I really like that. If the game was like you got spotted by the enemies, and then you had to restart the map, or they would instantly kill you or put you in jail, then I would quit after 5 minutes. And it's nothing like that. And the second was that after like 2 hours of gameplay, my brain went like, wait a minute. I felt like I played this before, or something very similar. And thinking back, the last and only Assassin's Creed game I've ever played, I think was the second one, or the third. They came out like, 15 years ago? But it felt exactly the same way playing it. So it's nice to see that the game formula from Ubisoft haven't evolved over the last decade or so. But hey, if it works, it works. There are some things that I think is very good in this game, and there are some things that's maybe not that good, and of course there's some really shitty things. At least compared to the reviews this game have received. The game had major issues at release, and it just didn't work for a lot of people. And that is of course bad. It seems like today the difference between a good game and a bad game is that it's actually working when it's released, which is just sad. But the game worked fine for me in my playthrough. Let's start with something that I think is really good about this game, and that is the universe that they have built and put you in. I think it feels really nice to ride my speeder around in Tatooine or any of the other planets in this game. I think it's really cool. You get to fly around in space around these planets, and you get to dock in space stations, and you get to explore these worlds. And I think the planets you visit looks and feel really cool to be at. So for me, it feels like I'm in a galaxy far away. I think the environment and the aesthetics of the game brings me into the Star Wars universe. Bring in the classic Star Wars music with some low notes bumped with some high notes like this. Makes me really like being in this world that they have created. The next is like how you can play this game. You have the main story quest line in this game that you can do anytime you want. You have these crime syndicates that you can do missions for that usually involve stealing something, protecting a transport, or ruining somebody's life by planting something on them or killing them. The crime syndicates have reputation bars attached to them, so if you do missions for one syndicate, you gain a reputation with them, and the more they like you, the more stuff they give you. If you do missions against the syndicate, they like you less. If they hate you, you turn into a kill-on-sight person, and that affects the gameplay quite a bit. If you do missions in an area that is controlled by a syndicate that really likes you, the mission feels easier, because you can basically just run freely in the area. It's only one restricted area, that is like the holy place, where nobody is allowed, where you have to sneak in, or they will throw you out. And if you're doing a mission in an area where the syndicate hates you, it's more difficult because you have to sneak for a much longer period of time, and that affects the excitement of playing the game. Because there is no specific way to play this game, you can get yourself really liked by all the Syndicate families and then go play the storyline. And you would have a much easier time, but way less fun. And then it's only the Imperial controlled areas that is exciting, as they hate you no matter what. The way I choose to play the game was that I alternated with doing some quests in the storyline and some missions for the syndicates, because you can get some rewards for being well liked by these syndicates that I saw some value in getting. You get some armor that can be nice to have, and it's not that hard to get these rewards either from the syndicates, but it affected the rest of the game, where most of the crime syndicates liked me, which made some of the quests feel less exciting. It was only the Pikes that I decided that I really just don't like you, and they also did not like me, which made doing missions in Pike-controlled areas much more fun than in other areas, because they wanted me dead, and the others kinda liked me. Then we have the main storyline in this game. I think it's like overall an okay story, with some issues, but it has some really cool bits in it, and a really shitty ending. It can feel a bit repetitive, because you do a mission for someone, then they betray you, and you have to do something for somebody else that also betrays you, and you have this endless betrayal loop where even in the end your own mother betrays you.
You didn't keep your eyes on the score, kiddo.
Which gets quite predictable eventually. The quest designs also can feel a bit repetitive. I think the developers sat around the round table and went like, okay, listen up. I think I got a great idea. Imagine that we sneak into Jabba's palace to go and get something very important. And then everybody was like, oh yeah, that's kinda cool. And then we sneak in through the ventilation systems to get in. And then everybody was, okay, I think we can go with this. But how do we top this? Well, what's more dangerous than Jabba's palace? Oh, I know. An Imperial base. Oh yeah. And listen. We get to the base, and then we sneak through the ventilation system. Okay, we got something cool here. So, but how do we top an Imperial base? How about an Imperial space station? Oh, fuck yeah. But how do we get in there? Okay, listen. How about we steal a spaceship, and then we just land in the hangar. We sneak out of the spaceship, through the hangar, and into the ventilation system. Oh yeah, we have gold. Maybe there's a theme going on there. This is of course putting it on a bit of an edge here, and at no point during this quest I was thinking like that. I was kinda enjoying it, playing it, but after playing it and reflecting on it, and this is kinda true also. You have some really awesome moments in the questline with Darth Vader and other famous characters from the franchise, and doing this like big heist towards the end is also really cool. But it's not without issues. I really don't like how this main character is written. She is kinda stupid and makes some dumb decisions that just don't make sense to a human being and causes so much more trouble for you. She also have this I don't need any help persona, I work alone, and pretty much the entire storyline is about recruiting a crew to do this big heist towards the end. And when the crew is together, she is like, oh, we are such a great team, you go girl attitude, which feels like such a flaw in character. It feels like things aren't tied really well together, and many things feels a bit disjointed, like the ending of the storyline. You get a robot as a companion on your missions that is basically your bodyguard and executioner. If you do things that your main quest giver have told you to do, he helps you. And if you go off the path, he is programmed to kill you. Things happens toward the end of the storyline and he gets wounded somehow, and the main character decides that I'm going to basically sacrifice my own life to try and save this robot, which basically I have had a gun pointed towards my head the entire time. You go into some like dangerous places and this robot tries to kill you. and is basically chasing you and trying to kill you for several hours. And I don't have any special bonds towards this robot. I don't care about him. I don't like him at all. Especially after chasing me for like 20-40 minutes trying to kill me. He even succeeded several times because I'm shit at the game. I would just prefer to finish him off. I played Titanfall 2 and I cared a million times more about that robot in that game than I did in this game. And the storyline in Titanfall 2 is way shorter than in this one. And that bastard ended up dying in the end. I almost cried. In this one, I don't give a shit. And of course, in the end of the story, you save him. And I just couldn't give a rat's ass. It just feels so pointless and very little satisfying, the ending of that storyline. It should have just ended with completing the heist, to be honest. I think I have come to the conclusion that the best way to describe this game is the reason why you are doing things in this game is stupid, but doing them feels kinda good. But unfortunately, in the end, it just feels pointless.
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want, Andy.
After you have done the main storyline and you have received the rewards from the syndicates, there isn't really much left to do in the game really. You can keep doing missions for the syndicates or freelance a little bit in the game. You can pick up some intel over some stolen pirate treasures and steal stuff from them. You also have an upgrade system. You can upgrade your weapons, spaceship, speeder and stuff like that. Using these items feel like shit in the beginning, but after a few upgrades they feel so much better. You do need to collect some upgrades during the storyline to progress that one, but you absolutely don't need all of them. I did what was required and then finished the game. I did go for a few upgrades after I was done, but again it's fun to do it, but pointless, as there is no new Game Plus mode or anything like that in this game. It could have been fun to get the upgrades and go again on a higher difficulty, but no, when you are done, you have to go again and do the exact same things for the exact same rewards, so pointless. As I've already said, I think some gameplay mechanics are really cool. It's fun to have battles in space with your spaceship, it's cool to be in a gunfight, it's cool to sneak around, it feels like a Star Wars universe. There are several cool things here, but there are some things that just doesn't feel good, like the stealth takedowns. These stormtroopers can take several laser shots to the face, but one little bonk on the head completely knocks them out. That should have been done better. I have spent about 35-ish hours in this game and I feel pretty done now. I'll stick to what I said before, it's cool to do things in the game, but the reason feels stupid. When you are done with the main storyline and have received the rewards you wanted from the crime syndicate, there is absolutely no reason to keep playing, which feels really bad. On the Delo gaming scale, I will give it a 6 out of 10. I think I'm heavy biased by the fact that I bought it on a big sale, like 60-70%. So I think I got some good value for my money, because I had fun playing the game. I just didn't have fun thinking about the game afterwards. So now I will leave you with the wise words of wisdom from the Steam reviews, and I bid you farewell. The game's not bad overall. It's a fun way to kill time and you can definitely enjoy it, but personally I got bored about 2/3 of the way through. I really wanted to like this game so bad. I was on the fence at launch and I've been waiting for a Steam release to try it. The environment and feel of the game are top notch as a Star Wars fan, but the writing, combat and overall gameplay are horrendous for me. I'm usually pretty forgiving towards this, but as a big Star Wars fan, this just made me sad. I am personally enjoying the game and will continue to do so for some time to come, but I recognize that I am one of the very small minority of players that will. They have the aesthetics down, but Ubisoft is playing very safe with the Star Wars brand, and the result is a bland space cowboy game with a copy-paste Ubisoft shooter mechanics. The abilities are boring, there are no cool characters, there is no real progression system, the environment design is actually very solid, but the story and writing is too bland and uninteresting to hold my attention. The camera takes away from immersion. I cannot recommend this game. May the fails be with you. Not a bad game. The game is appreciable from a Star Wars fan's perspective. I wouldn't recommend to buy it at a full price. No matter the issues this may have had on launch, they are fixed now, and this is now a great game. They nailed the Star Wars atmosphere, the story is fun, the gameplay is fun, I had a good time. What more do you want from a game? It's fine. It's a game. It occupies your time.